Happy Wednesday, everyone. It's Hollywood on the Rocks. Great show today. Dune Part 3 tickets have gone on sale for IMAX and IMAX 70 millimeter. We have a new teaser. It's breaking records, a new Lanterns teaser, and a quote from Damon Lindelof that we found that will explain everything. We also have Alan Ng is here. He's here somewhere. And I've been trying to. Alan's been. He's been a little elusive today. So we're gonna see when Alan gets here what's going on. But I'm so happy to spend the afternoon with you. Plus an interview today. We have the filmmaker Zoe Kavanagh behind Demon Hunter: Time to Kill. Speaking of kill, I'm killing time. Where's Alan?
Someday, when I find him, and I will find him, he will understand what it means to keep a man like me waiting. Until then, I wait. And I remember, for now I will oblige you, Mr. Gore, by calling his name Alan. Alan. Alan.
Well, that's the last time we show that clip. It's a little low in the mix.
A little dark.
A little dark and low in the mix. How's it going, man?
Good. Just got... The plumber just left before I got online here.
Yeah, oh my God. So we're sort of in our green room going over, and Alan looked like he just got released as a hostage.
Oh my God.
Your hair was all disheveled. It was
I just had to do this.
It looks good now. But you were like you'd been through something.
No, it's like I don't know how it works, but the plumber had to be on the roof in order to snake the pipes. And then it's like watch the toilet, and once the water goes down, let me know. And so we're sitting there for 20 minutes watching the toilet water.
Okay,
it's fixed.
All right. Well, let's say hi to the people right here at the top.
All right. Last Boy Scout became a YouTube member.
And by the way, if you are a member, check out the interview that the Q&A I did with Daniel Pearl yesterday at Regal Cinema. They did a showing of Texas Chainsaw Massacre on Chainsaw Day, which is every August 18th. Because if you know your Texas Chainsaw, August 18th, 1973 is when the events of that movie took place. So August 18th is now Forever Chainsaw Day. So Daniel Pearl is the cinematographer. So many iconic shots. And the Q&A was filmed and it's for members only. So check that out.
I was this year old when I found out of Chainsaw Day.
Right.
Chris from Way Productions. Happy Wednesday. Had a great interview with Fathom Entertainment yesterday for a new Film Threat article coming soon. Great people who are excited for what we do.
That's right. And there's an interview on the Film Threat Interviews channel with the woman who books all of she is the acquisitions for Fathom Entertainment. They are being very aggressive.
Yeah. Oh, I think we could do a whole day on this one. MK Solid, hot X-Men chicks incoming.
Yeah. In MK. MK Solid causes trouble.
Sons and Shadowcasts. Hello all. Hashtag save Stargate. Stug. Like and subscribe. Let's go to 69. Where we are.
Oh yeah. Where are we at? Atomic Glory, where exactly are we at? Because our goal has been from the beginning to get to 169,000 subscribers. We're about 500 shy.
Yeah, we are edging our way to 169,000.
Yes, edging up there.
Okay. 10 jewels from DAH person. Happy poop. He also gives another 100 jewels and a high five. And Bruce Leroy Jenkins for 2. I'm going to slow down so Chris can get ready. Hail, gents.
The timing is bad on that. It's not. We have too many media assets there.
We are $3.99 away.
Oh,
less than
sweet.
400.
Yeah.
And from the great Lord Thoth, like, share, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. Sign up as a member on Instagram. My dyslexia. Join us on X, Discord, Rumble, and Instagram. Buy our merch. Shop.filmthreat.com.
Yes. Well, let's see. Let's go to shop.filmthreat.com. Where is that? Let's go. because we are adding. Look at this. Doomsday is coming December 18th. Avengers Doomsday, Dune Part 3. They open on the same day, although Dune Part 3 is opening slightly earlier. I think that's pretty smart. Get your shirt at shop.filmthreat.com. And a thank you to Ava, the Leafs fan. Is that a hockey team? Sounds very familiar.
Yes. Is it? Yeah.
Is it the Toronto Maple Leafs?
I think it's that.
I haven't really seen them in the playoffs that much. But the Red Wings didn't even make it last year. So
yeah, I don't even know how the Ducks are doing this year.
Yeah, 10 joules, and thank you, Leafs fan. Love to see hockey fans here.
Yeah.
Love it.
The Ducks used to be really good back when we had Korea as part of the team.
Who?
Paul Korea.
Okay.
He was an Asian hockey
He's
player.
An Asian hockey player?
And he was kind of he was like our best scorer and our best lead. He was our Wayne Gretzky for a while.
All right, we have a lot to get to, so let's start it. Alan, it's what time it is.
Yes, it's hammer time.
No, it's not hammer time. It's time for Film Threat News. We've got a lot to get to, so let's start. Dune Part 3. Tickets went on sale for advanced screenings starting Monday, December 14th for 70 millimeter. That's only a few theaters in the country. Then more IMAX screenings on December 15th, Tuesday. And it'll also be playing on Wednesday. These are fan early access screenings open. And I did notice there are seats still available. You'll be sitting in the first 3 rows, but they are still available to get. I'm super excited. And we have a new teaser. This is short, but let's take a look, Alan. This is like my top. This and Godzilla -0. Let's take a look what we see in this new trailer.
Tell me what lies ahead.
The end.
I am so pumped. A couple things about this. One, that person in that looks like a sarcophagus is probably Edric. Probably.
Okay.
Nerd cookies. It's pretty clear. It's like it's from the Dune Messiah
Edric,
book.
yes, Edric.
It's
Can't
a guild navigator, and that's going to be really interesting. We've also got Paul confronting Chani, who went off into the desert. Events have changed quite a bit from the books, but they're taking story elements from Children of Dune and Dune Messiah, kind of meld. He's condensing the timeline, which he did actually for Dune Part 2. Not sure how I feel about that, but he's condensed the timeline now to just rush through events. Now, I think there's a very good reason for this. I'm not going to defend it until I see how well it's pulled off. But I think that if he did an accurate adaptation of Dune Messiah, the second book, he would be accused of stealing from Star Wars. And we'll talk about it why at another time.
I feel like he would be committed to 3 more movies if he tried to do that.
He also would, yeah. But I mean, you could probably jump right to God Emperor at this point. But I think this will complete the. It's. I can't wait. Even though I know a lot of things will piss me off, I still can't wait.
I just get this sneaky sensation that I just need to get this over with. So I'm just gonna cram it all into this one movie and just be done and move on with my life.
I'm a little disappointed with the running time. It's 2 hours and 20 minutes. I was
want it
hoping
longer?
for 3 hours. Yeah, well,
Okay.
I say this as I drink coffee from a Dune coffee mug. There you go. Fear is the mind killer. See that? There you go.
Yes, wise words. My reaction to that is finally I've seen a Dune trailer. I mean, in my mind, not having been a fan, not a fan now, but it's like that's what I imagine a Dune trailer to look like, and that got me excited. And I did get my my ticket for the 15th, so I'll be seeing it.
You did.
I'll be seeing it in Dolby, and I've got really good seats. And because we have, with the exception of Irvine and Yorba Linda, all the IMAX screens are fake IMAX, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna be able to see 70 millimeter early. So I'm relying.
You know, you
on
saved
that.
my life.
Yeah, for some reason the Warner Brothers people like us, and so I think we're going to be seeing it. In 70
I think
millimeter
we'll
early.
see it early.
Yeah.
I think we'll see it earlier than that Tuesday.
But
I
I'm
also
kind of
got-
excited seeing it in Dolby. It's
Yeah, I want to see it in I'll see it in Dolby. I'll see it. We'll probably see it in 70 millimeter IMAX.
I'm sorry, for Eugene Johnson, it's doubly. I'll see it in doubly.
In doubly? Okay. We'll see it in doubly. So okay. Hey, I'm resetting. Hey, this movie Whalefall, we got a glimpse of the film at CinemaCon, and it looks horrifyingly frightening.
Oh my god.
I mean, like nightmarish, where if I think about this movie, I get like just
Anxiety, yeah. I feel the
get
same way.
creeped out. I get creeped out. So they just dropped a new trailer. Ready for it, Alan?
Yeah.
I have not seen this. So this will be my reaction. And this is something everyone talked about at CinemaCon. No one had heard of it.
Yeah.
Let's watch this new official trailer for the film.
You know, you saved my life once. This guy swims up out of nowhere, guides me up like an angel. Probably saved a lot of lives. Did you know him?
No.
I know your dad was rough on you, but he knew what he was talking about, especially down there.
In the ocean, predators have all the advantages.
Oh.
So what options does that leave prey like you? Jay, you're gonna just accept your fate? No. I wanted to pass on things I knew. So when it matters, you'll know what to do. Remember, survivors survive.
Now, I don't know about that last part. That looked kind of goofy.
I gotta say that's nothing compared to what we saw.
Oh my god! I don't know about. There we are.
Yeah, there we go. I'm looking forward to your review of Whalefall.
Well, the part at the end where he screams.
Yeah, that
"Help
was
me,"
kind of cheesy.
That was a little goofy.
Yeah.
Everything else I like. I like the idea of how do you survive being swallowed by a whale. And I want to know what the real science is behind this.
Yeah.
We know what happened to Quint. He was chopped and eaten by a shark, a great white, surviving a whale, being swallowed by a whale. I mean, we shall see. I really want to know the real science behind this, though.
Yeah.
Could you live? I don't know.
I just say 20th Century is putting out a much better stuff than Disney is putting out.
Yeah, that's true. And in a little twist of irony here, 20th Century Fox was swallowed by Disney. What does that say? I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Lanterns is all the talk. And we've got a teaser here giving us a taste of the weeks, what is coming in the weeks ahead. Okay. I saw this after seeing the first episode. I was like, okay, I'm interested in seeing what happens. This teaser did not blow me away. Let me tee it up. But Alan, what do you think? Are you excited for what's ahead for Lanterns?
Okay, well, I mean, I have seen part of what you're about to show. And as someone who is not a Green Lantern fan, doesn't know much about Green Lantern, answered a lot of questions and things I hoped for when I saw the end of the first episode. But do you want to play it first and then we'll talk about it?
Let's play it first and talk about it. But it's like, I was like, okay, at least I want to see what happens the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
But here we go. This is a trailer for the season and what we're going to see. So there may be spoilers here. I don't know, but here we go.
Oh, you got to put it on screen and then play it for everybody. Yeah, there you go.
Why don't I do? Isn't it on screen?
It is now. It wasn't before.
Okay.
Now you can play it.
You don't even need to say it, Alan. Just do it and then don't say anything.
Can I do it from my end?
Yeah, just
Okay.
do it so we can, All right, let's start that again. Here we go. I'll just say this. I'm slightly less interested now. I mean, they showed way too much in that trailer. I don't know how I feel about it. What do you think?
Actually, I'm more interested.
Really?
Well, again,
Linney
I'm coming from. I don't know Green Lantern. I'm seeing Green Lantern stuff in there. But I'll go back to what I said last week. Small potatoes. It just feels this story is small potatoes from what I would imagine a Green Lantern story should be. And the other thing is, remember back in the day when superheroes were, what's the word? Heroic?
Right.
Not getting a sense of that. It feels like superhero conspiracy going on now. You've got Laura Linney taking over for the Annette Bening role from Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm glad I'm seeing more of Green Lantern stuff. We got a glimpse of the suit, but what's wrong with just telling a superhero story?
Well,
why does it have to be this adult mystery?
It's very adult. Obviously, there was a lot of unnecessary swearing. I'm not against swearing. I just think when that's just how people talk.
When do most people become comic book fans? When they're kids.
Yeah.
You're making a show that kids can't watch.
Yeah, it's a deconstruction of everything Hal Jordan and the Lanterns. I mean, I used to read Green Lantern Corps. Green Lantern was not a comic but I read Green Lantern Corps. I read some pretty good stories written by Alan Moore in the comics. That was way back in the day. But, is this going to get new fans? This is another season of True Detective, which is what they were going for, which is what they have. But it's very little superhero stuff. And the fact that is Hal going to wear the suit? We don't know if Jon Stewart is. I still like the cast. Honestly, I really like Kyle Chandler and Aaron Pierre. I really like. Having said that, if you wanted a true detective show with supernatural elements, maybe like an X-Files, make that show. But this is not, there is no Green Lantern comic book that is, or story that I know of that is like anything like what we're seeing in the show.
Oh no, they'll write it next month and make it a 6-part series, limited series.
It's not a buddy cop thing, you know?
Yeah.
And now you see Guy Gardner's in it to tie it in with Superman.
But he seems so out of place with that haircut and
the goofy haircut.
Yeah, I mean, look, the other thing that's crystal clear is comic books are irrelevant, and if anything, they're more of a concession now for Warner Brothers. That you might as well just stop producing DC Comics, because because we're going to draw more people to the TV shows and the movies than we are encouraging kids to read comic books.
Well, let's get some more perspective on what's to come in Lanterns. Damon Lindelof and Tom King discuss the death of Hal Jordan. So this is a clip. It's pretty long, but it'll give you some perspective on what we're going to see this season. This is from the Collider YouTube channel. Let me just play this clip from, it has to be a junket interview, but let's go.
Back to the Hal of it all. I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up the way the premiere ends with a moment that I think is going to surprise some viewers. I know we can't obviously get into how everything's going to wrap up. I haven't even seen the finale yet, so I can't even ask you about that. But what I will ask is whether there's any reassurance you can offer fans who might be confused, maybe a little upset, by that particular story choice and how it's going to play out throughout the season.
Well, I've had no experience with the fans being upset with me or confused by anything that I've ever done. So that'll be a first, and I'll just have to kind of learn the ropes.
He's joking because Damon Lindelof seems to always be at the center of when fans are pissed off about something.
Yeah, you mean screwing the pooch with the last season of Lost?
Yeah, or Prometheus, or anyways.
Clearly,
or
Carlton
Watchmen.
Cuse was the mastermind behind Lost, because I think he went on to do the first season of Westwood or Westworld.
Yeah, let's. This is long clip, but let's go.
I feel like you just admitted to not opening my emails.
And you haven't been through that either.
No, never. No.
Look, I think that, in all seriousness, the first thing that, Tom and I sort of looked at each other when we were even kicking around the idea of killing Hal. And we're like, we can't do that. Everyone's going to hate us. And it feels gimmicky. And then, but Mundy actually was like, I don't think that it does feel gimmicky. I think that it will actually sort of infuse the entire story with a lot of emotionality, especially if the audience understands that John and Hal were not in a good place at the time that Hal died. And maybe like traditionally in comic books, my understanding is that like that these characters can't die. And like but if we're doing something that's supposed to be grounded, like maybe this is something that we have to do. And then we're like, yeah, but we're still going to get blamed for it. But we gradually started kind of coming around to it. And I think because we were so reluctant to do it, and because we're fans, and like at the same time, like we get our turn to run with the baton of these amazing characters, but also just as fans, Hal means something to us too. So I think that we basically started reframing the question in terms of, yes, on Sunday night, are we willing to acknowledge that a lot of people are going to be angry, that if we were watching this and not making it, that we would be saying, I waited this long for another live action version of Hal, haven't gotten him since the Ryan Reynolds film. And then basically like 50 minutes after getting me to fall in love with Kyle Chandler, you're killing him off. Fuck you.
I agree. Fuck you.
And I guess our feeling is, let's see how you feel at the end of episode 8. And if you still feel like it was exploitative or unnecessary, or that it wasn't exactly what had to happen in order for this story to get told, then then we
Then it's on
deserve
us.
it.
Well, is he teasing that Hal isn't dead? He's saying wait till episode 8.
No, I think I think that statement is, like I said, if by the episode 8 you thought it was a bad idea, then sorry, it was on us.
But I think we're willing to absorb a little the booze from the audience in the first inning, as long as we still have a shot at winning the game.
Yeah, and just say that I'm with the audience here. Like I love Hal. Like I adore that character. I adore writing him. I don't know if you've met Kyle Chandler. He's fairly charming.
Very charming.
And he's absolutely wonderful. And I want it, but I was the guy who turned off the show after the Red Wedding, was like, never again. And then so like I have been there, and I may have even yelled at the television over Lost once or twice.
Reasonable.
And but yeah, like this is a show that we're trying to make as close to reality, and sometimes you lose the things you love, and sometimes the stakes are that high in reality, and they're supposed to be that high in our show. And so as much as I love that, in making a show that is about that's about the real world, that's about sort of our loves and our losses, we have to write about the losses. And so the love and the loss are both part of this story.
Well, there it is, Alan. Do you think, I think he's teasing, there's two ways this could go. Is he teasing that Hal returns in episode 8? He's not really dead. That all the theories, hologram, shapeshifters, a shapeshifter who changed into Hal, that's who is dead there at the end of episode 1. What do you think?
You're coping real hard here. You really don't want him to be dead, do you?
No, I want there to be. Look, as a lifelong comic book reader, I can tell you countless times that characters died and came back in clever ways, and sometimes not so clever.
Right.
I mean, even watching the old serials like Flash Gordon, Buster Crab, it would look like they're dead at the end, and then the next episode they're fine.
Right, the next episode. Got it. The next episode.
Right.
Look, to me, killing a superhero, especially a well-known superhero, was always a big deal, especially in the comic books. It was something that was never taken lightly, so there had to be a true story build up behind it. Death of Electro was one of them. But also what always follows is, years later, massive regret for having killed the character. That's it's not like Hal is the first superhero that got killed in a movie or a TV show, but the thing is, it feels like it's becoming the thing you have to do on every show and every series. Someone's got to die. Some majorly loved character must die, and it now becomes the trope. And again, they say it keeps it grounded and keeps it with drama, but in all cases, when it happens in the comic books, there's always regrets, and they always find some stupid way to bring him back. Thus, Doomsday and Secret Wars.
But here's why I think people are extra upset. We're tired of it.
Yes.
We watched Han Solo get a lightsaber to the chest in the first Star Wars sequel, never reunited Han, Luke, and Leia. Then they killed Luke. Then they killed Leia.
Wow.
It's, you know what?
Yeah.
We don't like it.
Yeah.
Maybe stop doing it. Now, if they cleverly have Hal go off, maybe a farewell, there's nothing wrong with Hal flying, riding off into the sunset of some other galaxy. If it ends that way and he's alive, that's great. If it's going to end like this, as some, adult grounded, was anyone who's ever read a Green Lantern comic ever saying, you know what this needs to be, where you can have a ring that makes where someone's giving you the finger, which happened in Superman, the movie for kids. I mean, is this the goofiest? Green Lantern had goofy powers with what you could make out of the by sheer will with the ring. Okay, it's goofy. You gonna make that grounded? He's making bottle openers and cash. I just
Well, it also shows that these guys can't write because you can go into space and still have a grounded story. You can tell an actual Green Lantern story and make it grounded so where you don't have to be on Earth and be amongst all these racist and clan members. It just shows you that people no longer have faith in actual fantasy and science fiction anymore. It's the state of where we are.
Hey, let's meet the new X-Men. Alan, I know you have notes for this story. Let me bring this up. This is from, of all things, Men's Health. And I've seen so many great, people doing, fan art. Now that we know who the actors are, I have a big question about the new X-Men. Are they going to be in costumes? That I want to see. So I just want to see these characters in costume. Adam Driver as Mr. Sinister. Sadie Sink as Jean Grey. Well, we've already seen her, but is she going to wear a costume as Jean Grey? And Jean Grey never really had an iconic costume, honestly, as a longtime reader of X-Men, or at least the first 100 issues. And then Indy Navarrete as Rogue. What's her costume? We know she can do the locks, right? The hair. Mm-hmm. Alan, give me the story.
Okay, so I believe the story I have is for a different X-Men story and not this one. So we may just want to read this actual article because it'll go over each cast member.
Yeah, you didn't even need tell me that. Just do it.
Okay, I can't scroll down because you have the.
Do you have a link to the story?
I do, but the thing is, the article has the pictures of the people and the characters, and I think that'd be more interesting than me talking about them.
Okay, this is what we have to do in show prep.
Yes.
Okay.
For example, if you scroll down a little bit further.
Yeah.
If you keep scrolling. Okay, so Sadie Sink is Jean Grey. I don't have that, and okay. I don't know how to.
Okay, I'm gonna private message you the link to the story, and we have to do this before the show. Okay. And we're talking about Disneyland. Cut this out, please, Lori. And my apologies to everyone watching live. Please, just read it.
Yeah. Well, I'm just trying to be on the same page as everyone else. Okay.
All right.
Where you've seen her before. You know her best as Max from Stranger Things, but she appeared alongside Brendan Fraser in The Whale, and in 2025 was nominated for a Tony for her appearance in the play John Proctor is the Villain. Most recently, of course, she starred in Spider-Man Brand New Day, where she appeared as Jean Grey for the first time. Why she's right for the pick? Sink might just be the best young actor from the entire Stranger Things cast. She's proven through her projects that she can handle a wide range of complex emotions and has the charisma to play the character in both a likable and unlikable range. Vital pieces for Jean Grey's character. Plus, if you saw Brand New Day, how could you not already be sold?
Okay, let's go. Let's move on here.
All right. So
we got a lot of perfume.
Christopher Abbott as Professor Charles Xavier. Where you've seen him before. Abbott has been all over the place. After his original breakthrough role as Charlie on Girls, he's since appeared in movies of just about every genre. He gives a heartbreaking performance in James White. Remember that? It takes a brave soul to watch his horror It Comes at Night. He in The Dark Professor from director Brandon Cronenberg, Son of David, and is also absolutely awesome, bonkers, violent thriller ride. He plays a cartoonishly evil villain to perfection in Poor Things, and got a shot at a monster movie in last year's Wolfman. He stars alongside current partner Aubrey Plaza in Black Bear, a COVID-era gem by Gina Rollins and John Cassavetes, and he's on Broadway playing Biff. Why you like him? Abbott could be the best actor in this entire cast, though he's 15-ish years in the business. He's shown he can play anything, but the closest thing to what we'll have to Professor X might be his leading role in Hulu's adaptation of Catch-22.
Okay, let's keep going.
This font they gave me is awful. Samara Weaving as Emma Frost. You've seen her in Ready or Not movies and along with 2 babysitter movies for Netflix. She also appeared in critically acclaimed crime film Caroline. Why we like her is she has previously been portrayed in live action twice before. Emma Frost had been. I can't read this. This whole paragraph is just about Emma Frost and how it was played by January Jones. So move on.
Kit Connors. Kit Connor.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Kit Connors as Scott Summers / Cyclops. Where you've seen him before. Connor is a relative newcomer to the film industry, although he's been at it in smaller roles for a while now. He even played a young Elton John in Rocket Man, but most of his fans know him from Netflix coming-of-age romance series Heartstoppers, where he starred alongside fellow Marvel star Joe Locke, who played Wiccan. Connor also played great roles in Warfare from Alex Garland, and he appeared in that film alongside fellow Marvel star Joseph Quinn. Why he's the right pick? Connor is really good at playing the earnest front and center guy, vital part for playing Scott Summers as Cyclops, who at best is the X-Men's rational team leader. But perhaps more importantly, his casting feels like a classic case of Marvel getting ahead of someone who's going to blow up in the time between now and when the movie comes out in terms of popularity. Indy Navarrete as Rogue. Obviously, you've seen her in Obsession. She was also on the CW's Superman and Lois and Netflix 13 Reasons Why. And why we like her. Rogue has been a difficult character for the past X-Men films to get right. Talks about Anna Paquin in the originals. Let's see. Navarrete is relatively early in her big screen career, but if she showed anything in Obsession, is that she has the power to absolutely dominate an entire frame. Maya Boyd as Storm. Unless you're a Broadway aficionado, you have not seen her. Boyd has starred in Merrily We Roll Along. Oh, yeah, she was really good in that one. Also, Anne Juliet, and she was just recently in the revival of August Wilson's Joe Turner's Come and Gone. Why she's the right pick? I'm usually a sucker for those kinds of out and nowhere castings because it means the performer absolutely crushed it in their audition. There's no reason otherwise to cast them. The last time an X-Men movie cast a relative unknown out of the theater scene, it would be a guy named Hugh Jackman. Adam Driver as Nathaniel Milbury, aka Mr. Sinister, where you've seen him before. Martin Scorsese has called Adam Driver the finest actor of a generation. He's proven that over the last 15 years, both massive Star Wars and small, working with Ridley Scott, Steven Soderbergh, and the Coen brothers and Spike Lee. He'll appear next in Paper Tiger, a crime film from director James Gray, and the buzz has suggested could earn Driver his 3rd Oscar nomination. Why he's the right pick? Driver has supposedly been in conversation about roles at Marvel Studios countless times through the year, and now has finally landed on Nathaniel Milbury, aka Mr. Sinister, an evil mad scientist and a frequent adversary of the X-Men. And in comic arcs over the recent years, the character has evolved into an animated, over-the-top, absurd, evil villain in the most entertaining, best possible way.
Well, this cast is very young. I think I actually think that the casting has been across the board very positive. Here's what I think this does. It's a very young cast, very Gen Z. It'll be a different, unfamiliar take on X-Men that could be very good. It could go sideways. But what this does is kills the Young Avengers. I don't think that Young Avengers is happening because of this. They've cast and even the Young Avengers that are part of what would end up being the Young Avengers, they're not young by the time they make
they're
it.
old.
They're going to be older. This effectively replaces what Young Avengers would have been. You've got this young cast, and they're already fans making art of, look at this. This is not, it's here. Let me share something else. Hang on. I've got, here, I'll share this, share screen here. Is Adam Driver as Mr. Sinister. Here we go. Look at that.
Yes.
I mean, it's
pretty
good. Indy Navarrete is Rogue. This is just fans making their own, like what they would be. I hope they really lean into the costumes. Look at that. A Jean Grey costume. If she looks like that in the movie, that's awesome. Abbott as Greg Abbott.
Kind of relaxed in his wheelchair there.
I like it.
Bag.
I'm really liking these. So this is just the fans, and they're trying to make it like what Marvel would have done. I love it. Alan, what's your take on all this?
Yeah, I mean, you're spot on. Young is good because you got a lot of movies to get out of them, and you have the time to do it. I do like a young cast because, quite frankly, it is a school for gifted kids, and they should be kids. And I do like the fact that Magneto and Wolverine are not. I hope they're not in the first film, because that would be something great to build up to.
Yeah.
I think, with this cast, maybe you could add one or two more, but I think you've got enough people to take on Mr. Sinister.
Well, they've already said meet some of the cast, part of the cast. They're already, we know other people will be introduced.
Yeah. I mean, we're definitely going in the direction of, the new X-Men versus the classic X-Men, which is fine. Yeah. That's probably the more exciting stories. And I would love it if Rogue, if you could, she would depower Captain Marvel. You could bring Brie Larson back for one more movie, and just give Rogue that storyline of depowering, absorbing all of Captain Marvel's powers, and then not knowing what to do with it.
Yeah. All right, let's go to your comments.
Yes, and no Asians.
Yeah, it's diverse.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's go to your comments here.
Jean Hu gifted 5 Film Dirt memberships. Thank you,
Sean Hu.
Yeah, Andy Likes Stuff channel, 10 jewels, gold coin.
Thank you, Andy.
The 1A train for 20. But what if I wanted to watch Dune Part 3 in Infinity Vision? FOMO is strong. Yeah.
I think IMAX is better. Honestly.
Right, but I would like to see what Infinity Vision could do with that. Kung Fu Hot Dog for 5. Hey, Chris, I'm glad you boys are here. My film threat swag all arrived today. I'll post them on X tomorrow. Let's just say I like what I'm seeing.
Sweet.
Gaijin and Juice. There you go. 10 jewels, gold coin. Bling. Torgo the White, a member for 30 months. Lindelof's facial hair is infuriating.
We need a sound effect to accompany when people give jewels or gifts.
Yeah.
We need some sound effect. Is this what? No. Okay.
No, like gold coin. You got to do the gold coin.
Like a Mario kind of thing.
Exactly. Bo Edmonds for 5. Lindelof did the Watchmen TV show, and now he's doing Lantern. That speaks volumes. Pass. Yeah, it's clear that he was not the mastermind behind Lost. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Andrew Cram gifted 5 Film Dirt memberships.
Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate you.
And Beauty and Death for 350 jewels. Finger heart. Mike Rogers, 30 jewels. Flower.
Appreciate that. That's great.
Great
some
photo.
more non.
Marcus Spin. I watched the stream for the professionalism. That's what.
Well,
that's what we're all about.
Mistakes happen. Mistakes happen. You know, we try to plan things out pretty well. We're looking to maybe do some clips, but if there's no notes for a story, just read the story. But you don't.
Because I'm confused because there's a story here, and I'm not sure if you're expecting a story or if it's something else.
Speak up and say there's no notes for the story, or even put in the copy.
But there is a story. I just don't know if this story is the story.
You got to put in the planning document. There are no notes from now on. We do a planning document for this show. There are no notes.
Yes, and that's what I'm looking at the planning document,
story.
And there it is.
There's
a story about the X-Men, and the story of the X-Men doesn't match what's on the screen.
So every story has to have, whether there are notes or not, or if they're just the default should be there are notes. But if there are no notes, just say no notes.
But there was notes. But it wasn't for that story. It was for there was an X-Men story. I'm looking at it right now. There's an X-Men story, and I'm reading it. I'm going, this has nothing to do with men's health.
Well, first of all, what a terrible... They have an article in Men's Health about, like, X-Men. Like, how does that even... It just...
I expect longer, and I expect bigger. Longer, bigger. Long, bigger. Bigger. Longer, bigger.
Yeah, I missed those.
Marcus gets it. Marcus gets it. Yeah, you got to keep up. You got to keep up.
Yeah, gotta keep up. Keep it up. Rock it hard. Make it work. And make it so.
You've lost weight.
I have. Thanks to a ketogenic diet.
I love it. Well, thank you, Marcus.
Mr. Fox, 1,000 joules. Goat Truffy. Uncle Remus. How about a superhero kids can watch? Superhero show kids can watch. Yes.
Yeah, there isn't one. Uncle Remus, there isn't one.
Not even the Spider-Man animated series is something I'd let kids.
Yeah, not even Superman. James Gunn's Superman. You can't. I mean, you've got Green Lantern giving the finger. You've got just so many things in that movie are questionable. It's what? The problem is none of these people making the stuff had kids. None of them have children. So they don't know. Anyways.
Yeah. Well, the parents of my soon-to-be grandson, we've all decided on Spider-Man as his thing.
That's his thing.
That's going to be his thing.
So,
but it's like old Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Eric Brake. Does the whale spit him out and then he preaches at Nineveh? I believe so. I believe that was God who he was looking up to at the earlier film. Georgie Girl, my height died after part 2. I understand condensing. I love Children of Dune from the miniseries. I'm not liking Denis' changes. God Emperor will always be my favorite.
Georgie Girl, haven't seen you in a while. Appreciate your comments. I think he's making a movie. Dune would have been better as a miniseries. HBO, 12 episodes. Really Dune, the first book of Dune would be 2 seasons, maybe 3. You do Messiah in 1 season. Children of Dune probably do in a season. I don't
think I ever asked you, but what did you think of the sci-fi series?
It's okay. I think the effects being so cheap is distracting.
It's very BBC.
Very BBC, but I like it. I have the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ron Charman for 250 joules. Laughing Disco.
Thank you.
Marcus Spin, why isn't Shang-Chi going to be his thing?
Yeah, why not, Alan?
Why not? Because he will be Wasian.
Well, there you go. We've got some more news stories, but I think we're gonna move those. We got a job to do, Alan. We have a job to do. You know, on this show, we like to interview independent filmmakers. We're supporters of indie film for a couple reasons. One, we want to let you know about their movies. And number two, we want to inspire you to go out and make your stuff, make your own films. So let's talk to the writer-director, Zoe Kavanagh from Demon Hunter, Time to Kill. She's here. Let's talk to Zoe now. Hey, Zoe.
Hey.
What's going on?
Hey.
Good to see you. There we are.
You too.
Yeah, let me put you front and
I got
center.
I got it.
Excellent. Cool. How's it going?
Yeah, good. Happy to be on the show. I'm just glad, like, I glad you. I was nice to see that review from Film Trap. Like, and I was like, yeah, they get it. They totally get the movie. And I was all like, yeah, I gotta join in here, you know.
I noticed you furiously taping up posters while we were reading
my
super chats.
I was kind of like, I have like this from a festival. Someone printed them out, and I was like, oh, can I quickly put this in the corner?
Sweet.
I was joking. Yeah.
Well,
and
tell us about the movie Demon Hunter: Time to Kill.
Okay, so Demon Hunter: Time to Kill is a ridiculous action horror comedy about a wisecracking demon hunter who's like, it's like a female Ash Williams in a way. She's trying to hunt down like a medallion to save the world, and she gets sent to the 1980s, and she has to save a summer camp of teenagers from a slasher at a summer camp, and find a way back to the present tense. You know.
And what were some of the influences? I have the trailer queued up here. I want to show the trailer, but tell us what some of the influences were for the film and what you're trying to achieve.
Okay, so this isn't exactly a horror film, but it is horror adjacent. It influences are They Live, Army of Darkness, Big Trouble Little China, I guess a bit of the Matrix, Friday 13th Part 6, Jason Lives, Final Fantasy 7, battle scene, Devil May Cry, and it's just basically my imagination of everything I like thrown into one film and using my character as an excuse to kind of just throw everything into one on 140 grand.
Let's take a look at the trailer. I've got queued up here. We'll enjoy it together. Let's go. Here we go.
Dispose of the stupid girl.
Come on, follow me. I'm getting you out of here.
Look, there's a really high possibility that the other half of the Necrox is in that Stygian temple.
That is still a 1 in 1,000 chance.
Yeah, huh?
How hard is it to kill a stupid girl?
That's what I have!
Send out the Chimera.
Please.
See how funny you think you are when I do this.
A bunch of horny, nerdy, and jock types go to the woods and get themselves in a bit of trouble.
Oh, okay, but what are you trying to say? This clown is just trying to spook us. There's a lunatic with a knife outside, and she's bigging him up so that we're weak and powerless against him. There is nothing worse than a killer trying to hunt us down.
It is way worse than that. We're stuck in the 1980s.
Oh, gee.
Put a spin on this.
Oh my gosh! Wow, that's pretty elaborate for an indie film.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So you not only wrote and directed, you also star in the film as well. That's my great.
Oh no, that's on me. That's on me.
No, that's not her.
Why does it look just like you and sound like you?
No, it's well, she's
You
Irish
cast
as
your
well.
doppelganger.
Yeah. Well, people say we look alike. That's Neve Hogan. She's really famous for doing a lot of stunt stuff. Like she was Florence Pugh's stunt double in The Wonder, Netflix The Wonder, where she set herself on fire. Recently, she's in a vampire film called Feed, where she plays the vampire, but she's been like kicking ass for years. And in this movie, I unleashed her. Like we just like she was also the fight coordinator, and so I hold on these shots, like wide shots. It's her doing all those stunts. But yeah, she looks like me, I guess.
Where did you film?
We shot this in Kentucky. Most of it was shot in Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky. There was Lions Camp Crescendo, Waverly Hills Sanitarium, and a few things like that. And then for Ireland, we came back to Ireland. We shot in the Viking Heritage Park up in Wicklow. There was a castle, and then there was like some Wild West town in Kentucky, and we had like 4 hours there, and we shot an entire action scene in 4 hours. I got out, but
yeah, Kentucky is an interesting place because we're starting to see a lot more films coming out of Kentucky.
There's a whole indie horror scene over there, and that's kind of what I kind of tapped into. I was like looking into what was going on over there. You see an awful lot of like crowdfunding, like slasher movies, small ones being shot over there around that area, and I just kind of tapped in. I knew Ken Daniels, who ran the Fright Night Film Fest over there, because the first Demon Hunter film, and so I knew I wanted to make a film in America, and so they had a model over there, like. And I used a bunch of people that have worked on loads of small horror films, and we tried this crazy movie. Yeah,
We've got over 1,300 people watching live. We've got comments. We've got comments and questions. Let's get to them right now. Here we go.
Tony Elias, Final Fantasy VII mentioned. Hell yeah.
So I'll address that. So I'm a huge fan of Final Fantasy VII. I've also played the remake. Cloud versus Sephiroth fight was a visual reference point for a final battle sequence, because like this is one of the best like epic fights ever. So yeah, there's a touch of that in the fourth act.
Okay.
Amazing. Okay, AD Ellis. It was nearly a decade between your Demon Hunter films. What skills did you hone over that time period, and how did the advancements in technology help you realize your vision this time around?
Okay, so there's a lot of things. So I really appreciate that. So I listened to the feedback of the first movie. It was more of a character movie. People said we took it too seriously. There wasn't enough action scenes, and the way they killed demons in the lore didn't make sense. So I just addressed all those issues. And not only was I addressing those issues, kind of, I was trying to, make a movie to people that didn't like the first movie. I also did a load of music videos between them for bands like Clan of Zymox and a lot of other bands, and short films, even like really drama, art house short films like Tides. So it was kind of like, and Neve had she had a career at that point, and we were just ready to go back and give this a second chance, and see if we can make as many people, love Taron, so.
That's pretty amazing. You listen to the fans, so clearly you're not from California.
Yeah.
Marcus Spin, is it a specific time in the 80s, early or late, and is it revealed why they ended up in that time period?
Yeah, so it's 1987, and Lisa Wilcox's character, Lisa from Nightmare on Elm Street, she sent them back in time in spite, because Taron is impossible to kill. Act 1, every demon she sends at Taron, she keeps wiping them out and cracking jokes, and she's like, the only way to stop her from getting the MacGuffin, which is the medallion, the Necrox, is to send her through time to make a distraction, and maybe send her to a time when the slasher was active at the summer camp. And unfortunately, a bunch of teenagers also go through that portal at the same time. So now Taron has an extra bit to her mission.
Right. Babysitting, yes. All right. Last Boy Scout, Z Nation vibes. I dig it. AD Ellis, we all appreciate a tight runtime here at Film Threat. Was there anything you shot that didn't make it in the final cut? What was anything in your screenplay that you weren't able to shoot?
Okay, so the original script was 140 pages. The original cut was 111 minutes. The final cut is 97 minutes. So Act 1, I wanted to do a lot more with the teens. We had this, it was going to be Halloween themed initially. We're going to have a house party where they're all dressed in silly costumes, and that would build up to the idea that they go to this camp in these ridiculous costumes. But because it was like budget and also thinking consciously, we need to get things moving, we need to have her fight demons, we decided to just get to the point, so there is that. And the 97-minute runtime is because I was going through festivals for over a year, and I was vibing what was working and what wasn't working, so that's kind of
why can't Hollywood do that?
And I think the final question people want to know, how can they see it? And I have your website, which I'll put up. There it is.
Yeah, notice the DVD and Blu-ray, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm still working on a proper site for this Demon Hunter stuff. At the moment, we don't. So this is the distributor's portal for all the VOD and the physical. So I don't know. At some point, we'll have a proper website. But I decided to choose this because it's, where can you see it? So Fandango, Google Play, YouTube Movies, and the physical is available to buy on Amazon or a few other those other sites, Movies Inc. and stuff like that. Give it a shot. We deliver 140K. It's trashy B movie, but it's a love letter to like all this silly schlocky stuff like Army of Darkness and Big Trouble in Little China is the vibe. And then it's just, every minute I'm throwing stuff at you. And there's a lot of songs on the soundtrack. If you like the Birthday Massacre, they're on the soundtrack. And there's a few 80s metal bands like Chastain and Warlord as well. And
Well, Zoe Kavanagh, congratulations on the film. And we hear Greg Gamer 2000 gives a high five and 100 joules. I think that's a great way to send off. Congrats again on the project. Is there going to be a Demon Hunter, a part 3 so you have to complete the trilogy?
Absolutely, it is a trilogy. So then I can give you the title of the next one that I'm running with.
What is it?
It's called The Last Demon Hunter.
Love it.
It won't be The Last Jedi. It won't be The Last Jedi. Don't worry.
Oh, that's good to hear. I was going to make a joke, but you took it from me. That's great. Zoe, thanks so much for joining us on the show live. We appreciate it. Congrats on the movie. Demon Hunter Time to Kill is out now. Look for it. Google, VOD, all over the place. Thanks so much.
No worries. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks. All right. We spent the entire show practicing, doing a rehearsal. Let's see if we can actually do a news story. Right. I know people love the professionalism. Let's see if it's possible. I'm going to pick a random news story.
Oh, don't do that.
No, it's in the document.
Okay.
It's in the document. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stall. So while I'm talking, Alan is going to be looking up this news story, and he's either going to read notes from the news story or the story itself.
Okay. I got
and here's where we're going to try it and see if it works. Maybe a logo will help. Let's try it. You saw us rehearsing off the cuff. Now we're doing it for real. Alan, big news today. Cinemark joins AMC Theaters and Regal in supporting the Paramount-WB merger. This is huge. AMC Theaters, is a huge chain. One of the most profitable theaters in America is in Burbank, California, the AMC 16. Regal, of course, Regal LA Live. I was there last night. Huge. I love the seats at that theater. And now Cinemark. along with the DGA, are supporting the Paramount-WB merger. You've got the story right here. Alan, tell me what's in this piece.
All right. Well, Cinemark says the merger could strengthen the theatrical business by giving theaters access to more movies, stronger marketing, and longer theatrical runs. AMC, Regal, and now Cinemark support the merger. While Cinema United, the industry's main lobbying organization, has historically opposed the sale of Warner Brothers. Cinema United has worried that the consolidation could ultimately mean fewer movies, reduced studio output, and theater closures. The organization points to Disney's 2019 acquisition of 20th Century Fox as an example, arguing that the combined studio film output eventually shrank. The industry is currently experiencing a strong theatrical rebound. Summer 2026 box office revenue has already passed $4 billion thanks to Spider-Man, making it the second summer since COVID to reach that level. There's even a possibility of beating the record of $4.7 billion summer of 2023 thanks to Spider-Man. Domestic annual box office could also reach $10 billion, which would be the first time since 2019. The endorsements come as Paramount fights a 12-state antitrust lawsuit attempting to block the Warner Brothers acquisition.
What do you think of this story, Alan? I think I'm in favor of a resolution that will bring the industry back, that will continue this. We're going to have our biggest year at the box office for movie theaters since 2019. And 2019, obviously 2020 was COVID. Then there was the strike. Theaters are just coming back. It could all derail if this doesn't get on track. I'm siding with the DGA, which I think is very smart. Wants the kids to stop fighting. Let's make movies. Let's get a pipeline of good films into theaters. What are your thoughts?
Well, we are in the midst of a war with Iran. Let me see. There's fraud, waste, and abuse rampant all across this country. People are ripping off the system and gaining from that. Of course, you have this hotly contested immigration crisis and nightmare going on across the country. And yet the most existential crisis, the issue that has brought 12 states together, is the merger between Paramount and Warner Brothers. Boy, these blue states, they know how to pick their battles. At least, you could go and protect Caitlin Clark, but no, this is it. If there was ever an issue that felt so stupidly political for no damn reason whatsoever, it's the merger between Paramount and Warner Brothers. Because we've already shown that if you combine the market cap value of Paramount and Warner Brothers, it's still smaller than every other studio that there is. And so this is just a tiny blip if this merger happens, assuming that, we'll lose a couple movies, which they promised they wouldn't. They also promised that they would extend the theatrical, but no, this is the crisis that is going to end the world if we don't stop it now.
Yeah,
so that's what I think about this.
I knew where you were going with this. That's perfect commentary. That why is our government spending
our tax dollars
and time? Rob Bonta, an AG who effectively doesn't prosecute criminals in the state of California. Why is he wasting time on this? It's been suggested that he's kind of a tool of Netflix trying to derail this deal. And then WB, if the merger doesn't happen, WB will be sold off for parts. CNN spun off. You're going to have DC spun off. It's going to be spun off. Harry Potter, all the franchises. I mean, I think that's what they want. So that's what Netflix wants.
I know. But it seems like that Rob Bonta is the outlier. I mean, you got Becerra and Newsom saying we need to cool it. Just let the merger happen. And for some reason, Rob Bonta decides that he's going to be the leader. I guess he wants to be president in the future. And that he's going to lead this play. And again, This is his stand. No one has ever heard of Rob Bonta until this issue. You know,
And
it's
I hope we never hear from him when the deadline comes up
Mhm.
and it doesn't happen. That was great, Alan.
Yeah. See,
That
I
was
told
awesome.
you. If you two would stop talking about Disneyland, maybe we'd have a good show going on that runs smoothly. So
You're the one that talks
Oh.
about Disneyland.
I've been banned from Disneyland or from Disney.
Were you really?
Well, I don't know. Well, I'm clearly on the press shit list.
Yeah. Why don't you let people know what happened to you?
Yeah, no. Second time in a row, I was denied credentials for D23. I don't know why. Well, I mean, what did I do to Disney? You know, I mean, I felt like the D Files was just laying out the facts.
Hey, more to discuss here. Ewan McGregor wants to return to Obi-Wan Kenobi. This is a story that appeared in Variety. I don't know if there is a video that accompanies.
No,
this.
there's actually notes.
There's notes. Okay.
See, we have the system.
We have a system. Hey, look, Ewan McGregor says next Obi-Wan Kenobi project could be tracking down Yoda or a big love story with my wife, Mary Elizabeth Winstead's Ahsoka character. There's got to be something. He really wants to do Star Wars. What's in the story from Variety?
Well, Ewan McGregor is making it clear that he wants to return as Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he has already pitched potential story ideas to Lucasfilm chief Dave Filoni. McGregor told Variety that he casually discussed his ideas with Filoni while Filoni was working on Ahsoka. His main idea involves Obi-Wan trying to reconnect with Yoda after the events of Revenge of the Sith and the Acolyte. Since the Jedi are scattered across the galaxy following the fall of the Republic, McGregor believes there could be an interesting story about Obi-Wan attempting to find or communicate with his former master. He also jokingly suggested another idea after his wife, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, joined Ahsoka as Hera Syndulla. McGregor briefly imagined Obi-Wan and Hera as a potential romance, although he acknowledged that the characters exist in different time periods, making that particular idea rather difficult to pull off. For now, however, there's no confirmed Obi-Wan follow-up. Dave Filoni has recently said that The Hunt for Ben Solo, another Star Wars project that was been discussed, is not currently in development.
Okay, I don't want this to happen. I don't care. I think the Kenobi series was awful. It diminished Star Wars. I was pleasantly surprised to see Ewan McGregor with Anakin, like when they did those shots from the past and they dueled and they sparred. That was great. I don't need any more. I think any window of goodwill toward the character and more stories, it's everything we've seen has only made things worse. I don't care to see it. Ewan McGregor may want to, continue on. I really think we've reached apathy, peak apathy at this point, especially the reaction to Mandalorian and Grogu. Alan, what do you think?
Well, I just realized that I have a few things in common with Ewan McGregor. First is I like money.
Okay.
And the second is I strive for relevance.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I don't blame the guy. I would love to work in Hollywood. If I was an actor, yeah, I would love to have a job that made money. Maybe he's jealous that his wife is returning to Ahsoka season 2. But look, I good for him. Just keep pushing it, get some work, make some money, feed your family. But to your point, yeah, but not as Obi-Wan Kenobi.
No, I think really the question is he wants to work and he does like money, which, I think I have something in common with him. That's fine. But does the audience want him to return? No, you had a shot at an Obi-Wan series. It was terrible. It focused on a lot of characters except Obi-Wan. It was embarrassing. I mean, I'm surprised. I really want to see a cosplay of someone cosplaying Obi-Wan, but with a young child under their cloak.
Well, with the two,
it was the dumbest. It was comically bad and embarrassing. I would, after that show, I wouldn't. And then the fact that, there was, I know you have a Reva action figure, Alan. I know you own one. I know it's somewhere on your shelf behind there, but that character was resoundingly just rejected. And it's embarrassing. We don't want to see it. I mean, I don't want to see any more of this. All you're doing is making things worse. We're to the point where I don't even care to see the original Star Wars in theaters, because in my mind, I wish I could unsee everything. I just want that original trilogy to exist. It's fine. Even the prequels have aged better, but I don't want to see anything beyond the Disney acquisition. I'm good.
Yeah.
And I own the laser discs to the 2 Ewok movies. What does that say?
This is the fundamental problem with Star Wars. There's no vision. There's only one person who had a vision for what Star Wars is and what Star Wars could be, and that was George Lucas. That's why they can't make a movie, a straight out Star Wars movie, because no one at Disney or Lucasfilm knows where this story goes on from now. And so what do? They keep going to the past. They've tried to go way in the past with the Acolyte and make Yoda a bad guy. But that's the boundaries in which Disney has found itself in Star Wars, that you have to play within these boundaries. While George Lucas, on the other hand, if he is still running things, he would be moving forward. And for some reason, Dave Filoni, these guys, they don't know how to move forward. And so they have to keep meddling in the past. And in doing so, muddle the entire franchise altogether.
That was a great.
Yeah.
I love that. That was awesome. We're gonna wrap.
That's
it
me
up.
striving for relevance, by the way.
That was a couple soups as we wrap up.
Gamer Grams for 5. Here's the rest of the X-Men cast. Mega President, Racist Cop, number 1. Racist Cop, number 2. Corrupt Politician, Mystique, Hunter Schafer.
That sounds like a great cast. I love that.
Yeah, your take on that was really bad, by the way.
What, the Hunter Schafer
Hunter
thing?
Schafer.
No, I'm not saying that wasn't my take. That was me saying how her representatives are selling Hunter Schafer in that role.
Kaiji, 1,000 Jewels, trophy cake.
We'll take it. Thank you.
Master Chief. How can Star Wars diminish anymore? Oh,
that is the correct question. And thank you for being a member.
No.
Yeah,
Acolyte season 2. That's how it could diminish more.
Yeah, that's how it could diminish more.
And then from thanks to our mods. Yeah, I don't know. You usually read this one.
Okay, yeah. Thanks to our mods, Lord Thoth, MK Solid, ADLS24, Olo Leakway on Rumble. Thank you to our producer, Atomic Glory, and thank you to Alan for rolling with the punches.
Yes.
And being
Chris, you should learn to roll with the punches.
I'm rolling. And Alan being funny in the face of, news gone wrong, which is what we should rename the show.
News gone wrong.
So, all right. Hey, we're back on Friday with reviews of movies opening in theaters, including Insidious, Out of the Further, Hotspot, It Ends, Mutiny, maybe Spa Weekend, if Alan gets a chance. And we will have on this show Ernie and Emma, filmmaker and legend Bruce Campbell will be here, along with Attack of the Killer Tomatoes director David Farino and the original screenwriter Costa Dillon, also on the show. big Friday show. We're going to review movies and talk to Bruce effing Campbell. So be there. And I can't wait. And we'll probably do some news too.
Yeah.
I don't
think we'll have time. I mean,
we may not have time. No, you're right. Unless something big breaks. Yeah, we'll have some small news stories, but
let's put it this way. If Spa Weekend is really bad, we'll review it.
Oh, well, it looks really bad. You could not pay me to see it. It looks god awful. But we'll be reviewing all of those and more. But Bruce Campbell, very excited. Can't wait to see him.
I'm excited.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate all of you. Thanks again. And I appreciate Alan.
Yeah. I appreciate me too. And you too, Chris.
I love the Alan has a technique. I call it a joke grenade. He'll do a joke and I don't notice it, and then it goes off. Like, I'm like, oh, dang it. But I know the audience knows, so it's fine.
We see it in the chat.
It's a joke grenade. It's just like Alan throws it out there. Sometimes I notice it.
Yeah.
But if
and sometimes when it doesn't land, we just move on and no one
I love it.
Just fade off into obscurity.
Oh my God. Okay. Hey, see you Friday, everybody. Alan,
let's get out of here.